Hey guys, Jennifer Turner here. I'm back with another episode of EduSheets Toolbox. Today we're going to be talking about absolute references. And I'm going to use Google Sheets to show you this, but if you're like, you know what, I'm an Excel user, can you give me a video, show me how to use it in Excel, just drop me a comment. I'm happy to do that to show you guys how to do it in Excel. So absolute references are, in the simplest terms, it's whenever you dictate how you want a formula to be copied, and you do it using a dollar sign. So this is a report from Decision Ed. I think it's LR70, but what it does is it lets me know what the average grade was a student earned in any given marking period. And I use this for the President's Education Silver Award. So if you are in the U.S. and you are in a position where you can help decide which students get awards and what awards are given, Google the President's Education Award. It's a really nice program that is actually sponsored by the President of the United States. And it gives the kids, the Silver Award gives them recognition for really growing in their last year in your school. So if, like, for instance, my campus is a 6th grade through 8th grade campus, it's only eligible for their 8th graders, how they did in their 8th grade year, their last year on my campus. But depending on what grade level your campus is, it's whatever the highest grade level that you offer on your campus, that's the grade level you can give it to. And it's really nice. It comes with the president's signature on it, which is cool. And usually it comes with a little letter from the president. Often the first lady is involved as well. I know Jill Biden, the letter was signed by her as well. And so just a neat little thing you can do. But in order to do that, one of the factors we look at on my campus is how are students doing in their grades? Are they improving throughout the year? And so I'm going to look at marking period 2 minus marking period 1. I'm going to look at marking period 3 minus marking period 2. And then I'm also going to look at overall what we got so far, marking period 3 minus marking period 1. And it's a fairly simple formula. I'm going to do equals this, marking period 2, minus this one, marking period 1. And I'm going to say, yep, go ahead and fill it down. So now I can see, like, this kid went down 7.8 points. But let's find one. This one went up 0.3. This one went up 1.3. This one went up 2.5. And so we're looking for kids who are growing in their grades and not regressing. So that was a simple, there's no absolute reference in this formula. I'm going to show you how to add one. If, for instance, you wanted the column to always stay the same in the formula, but you want the row to be able to change when you copy it across or down. Depends on where you put the dollar sign. So let me show you what it looks like if I do it without it. So if I copy that formula from there to here, I started with D4 minus C4. And when I move it to the right and copy it to the right, it's going to move everything in my formula over one to the right. So now I have E4 minus D4. Well, that's actually what I need, because I need E4, which is marking period 3, minus D4, which is marking period 2. Okay? But if, for instance, I wanted E4 marking period 3 minus marking period 2, I could take this, or if I wanted it to stay, let me say it this way. If I wanted the marking period 2 to stay the same, then what I would do is I would put the dollar sign before the letter D. And that way, whenever I copy that over, I'm going to put it over here because it's not actually what that is. You'll see I have D4 minus F4 because I went over 2, and so it's going to pop over 2 with my formula. And so without it, it comes E4 minus D4. With it, it becomes D4 minus F4. You notice that D4 stays the same. If you want the row to always stay the same, and the column, that means D4, the cell, is always going to be the first in this, and I paste it down here, it's D5, F5. Oh, I put an S, not a dollar sign. I was like, why did that change? Dollar sign. Let's try that again. All right. And I paste it down here. It's D4 minus F5, D4 minus F6. Do you see how the second part of the formula after the minus sign is changing, but the entire first part is staying the same? It's because I said it needs to be that exact cell is always what's starting off that formula. You could say, I always want it to be on that same row. So this is going to be E4 minus G7. and this is going to be F4 minus H7. You can put it wherever you want. You could put it here, any place in your formula. You can put that $sign to signal an absolute reference, and it will always either stick with that column, stick with the row, or if you put one before both, it will stick to that exact cell in your formula. So when you're thinking about this, and you're thinking about how you might use this in education, I use it for this sometimes whenever I'm doing math. Maybe I want it to always come back to this original one, but I want it to maybe do minus this one and then plus this one, but I always want it to come back over here. It could also be that you want it to always come back to a specific number or a specific average or something like that when you're doing comparisons. And so you can use it that way. I want you guys to just challenge you for a minute. How might you use this in your education? Because as educators, we all like to learn and grow from each other so that everybody gets better at their craft. So drop me a comment if you're like, you know what, I think I might try it with this, because somebody else might want to try it too, and then you have a collaboration partner to figure it out together how to make it work. Let me know what you guys think, and bye for now.